Nof Glibber, hi friends, Darth Momo here, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 12, Juggernaut. Basically, the synopsis is shortly after the last episode when Omega got captured, the rest of the Bad Batch has to try to figure out how to get to Tantus because obviously the tracker failed with Crosshair getting that onto the ship, so they've got to try to come up with an alternate way to get to Tantus. And it's basically a premise because, well, I want to say this. I'll pause. The way Crosshair comes up with is he's like, well, there's one other way to get to Tantus. And the Batch is like, what? What do you mean? And he's like, Admiral Rampart knew. And I thought that was really good writing. For the last year or so, I've just kind of thought that Admiral Rampart was more or less just written out of the series. He served his purpose, no longer needed. Hemlock was the new villain now. So that, to me, was some really good writing. I really liked the bringing him back in the way they did. And then it's pretty much just they have to break into the prison to get Rampart out so that he can help them. And, I mean, I know people are already drawing connections between this and The Mandalorian. And, yeah, the similarities are there, but who cares? It's fun. It's good, right? It's a few similar beats, but the context is different, the story's different. It's just like poetry, you know, it rhymes. I love it. I had a blast with this episode. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. I know it was nothing simple or nothing amazing, but it was still like, I loved having Rampart back in the story for this role and this purpose. That was really cool. And then obviously, yeah, Fee's there to help them out. And I really like her ship, by the way. It looks like it's like combined with like a storage container and a Sentinel class shuttle, so that's kind of cool. And then Hemlock's got Omega back, and he's running through procedures, and he's seeing that she still has the positive M count transfer, and chucks her in with the rest of the kids and says, "This is your new home." So we're setting up the story right for the next couple episodes. It's kind of a bummer that we've only got 3 left, I think. This was 12, so we've got 13, 14, 15. This is really picking up speed these last few weeks, and I'm really liking it. So they asked Rampart where Tantus is, and he's like, well, I don't know. He said that's the way it was designed. So if I had to guess, it's almost like you have different messengers and different carriers. So he's like, you know, I don't know exactly where to, but I might be able to help you get there. And the Batch is like, how? And he's like, no, you know, no need to threaten me or kill me, you know, we're in this together. So I think Rampart's going to be back for the rest of the series. That'll be fun and interesting dynamic. And I got to say it too, you know, I know I've already mentioned this a few times before, but I love having the Batch together, Crosshair back in the mix. It's just, the dynamic is awesome. It's fun to watch. I know we're still sad that Tech's gone, right? And obviously Echo's not around, but still, at least just like Wrecker and Hunter and then Crosshair back in the mix. It's so fun to watch. I love watching this. I'm glad that they're back together. I'm glad that they took the story they did as opposed to all of them being on the run from the Empire the entire time. I'm glad they took the story they did with Crosshair, but now that he's back with the Batch, I'm loving it. It's fun. So if I had to guess, I'm pretty positive Rex and Echo are going to get back into the story. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after. But I can't imagine they're going to wait till the finale. I feel like they'll pop up eventually since that's the goal of them too, is to get to Tantus. I'm anxious to see where this is all going to go. There was a brief small mini trailer released on StarWars.com yesterday that had Crosshair saying a line in the trailer, if we all go in, we won't all make it out. And I don't know, I still think they're all going to die. Maybe one of them will survive. If I had to put money on someone, I would think maybe Wrecker. But I think it's a cop-out if they survive this. I think the Batch is going down this time. It's sad to think about, but I think it's going to be a really powerful story. Again, I could be wrong, but I feel like, especially with what we know about Rebels and Rex and the clones, I feel like it makes almost sense that this kind of ends in some sort of clone rebellion. But like I said, I really had fun with this episode. I'm excited for next week, so thank you guys for joining in. Darth Momo out. Darth Momo out, and may the Force be with you. Always. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, comment down below and hit that like button. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find them delight.